Well, hello, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. So, this week's blog is entitled The Verdict. And, unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know exactly what it's about. A lot of people have contacted me and asked me for my comments on the verdict in the Trump trial. Let me preface this by saying that I think the entirety of the trial was, in fact, unconstitutional. I also do firmly believe that the verdict rather, will ultimately be overturned on appeal. I don't know whether or not New York State appellate courts will have the requisite understanding of the Constitution to make that determination. It might ultimately be required to have a Supreme Court review. Irrespective, I think it will ultimately be overturned. Whether or not this actually causes Donald Trump to become the next president of the United States, or alternatively, whether or not it destroys his chances, I think, and honestly, every commentator that I've seen that's taken a firm position, I think, is honestly kind of speculating. I don't think that we will truly have a good understanding of how the American people are going to ultimately view this. I will tell you that if dollars are any sort of economic indicator, there's clearly been a huge fundraising opportunity for Donald Trump. There's no question about that. But I think that the bigger issue associated with this is not necessarily the fact that Donald Trump lost that trial. I think the real loser in that trial was, in fact, the judiciary as a whole. And with a judiciary that is put into such a staggering level of disrepute, I think it puts the entire country in jeopardy. I definitely encourage you to read this blog. I talked about the predictability of the judiciary and why that's so critically necessary economically for a country to be able to prosper. And frankly, how it puts our entire concept of justice in a jaundiced light. Anyways, definitely read the blog if you can. As always, train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. Above all else, stay safe.